Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be doing a chain pull. I haven't done one in a long time. I'm just playing around with some leftover paints from Swipes and Blooms, so I thought I would just try them with a chain pull. I've got chain here. Here's a little bit longer pieces, but I probably won't need them. I have some shorter ones over here. It's just regular chain that you would use, let's say, on your light to pull your light on and off. I don't know the size of it exactly, but it's not very big. Okay. That's them. I've got some combs so that I can spread out my base paint. That's how I spread out my paint when I do chain or string pulls. I have, for the base, I've got black, and it's American Floetrol mixed with a black Artist Loft Flow Acrylic. The ratio is about 4 parts, no, yeah, 4 or 5 parts of the flow acrylic to 1 part pouring medium, either pouring medium or Floetrol, whatever you use. This is leftover Swipe paint, same as Bloom paint. Bloom mixes. I thinned them down with some water because they were too thick. You can absolutely use Floetrol mixed with your tube paint to do this. I'm just trying to use up some of my leftover paints that I have and see if it works. So, yeah, okay, I'll begin. I'm just going to pour. You don't need much base, so I'm just going to pour a little bit on. Oops. And spread it around. It doesn't have to be thick on the canvas. So I've got it basically covered. I'm not going to worry about the sides. I can do that after. Okay. I got a little tub of water here that I use to rinse off my chain and comb. It's a little bit. I've got a little one here that I'm just using instead to spread it out. Okay. Just gonna see how much paint I have. Okay, it's running over the edge a little bit, so I'm just gonna go like that. When I'm doing a chain pull, I like to let the paint, I don't like to immediately add my chain on here after I add the base. I let it sit for about 5 minutes And this is kind of thin, so just let it thicken up a little bit so it's not too thin, because if it's too thin and you have too much paint on here, it swallows up the other paint, especially black. It'll swallow up the paint that you put on here, that you put on with the the chain. Okay, I let it sit long enough. Now I'm going to get the chain, and I'm going to dip the chain in my paint, get it all covered with paint, and then add it to the canvas and pull. Make sure you can see everything. Yep. This here is Whitehaven. I'm going to start with that. I'm going to use Whitehaven and shimmer all over, and then I'm going to use Fairy Floss mixed with, I think it's mixed with some Reflex Rose. Alright, and I might use some violet blue. This is PBO, I think. No, this is Amsterdam. Sorry. Alright, these are too long. I'm just going to... It's quite thick. There's not much in here either, so just make sure it's covered up really good. Okay. So I carefully add it to the canvas. Try to go into a circular a loop at first, and I kind of wind it down a bit. Okay, let it sit for a minute. Not a minute, just let it sit for a couple seconds. You can see the paint already dripping off. So I'm just gonna pull like that. That one's pretty much done, so I'm gonna put it in the water. It's good I have a lot of these. If I need some more, I stop the camera and I'll clean off the chain and try some more. Okay, I don't think I'm going to get very much out of this color. It's very thick, but it's working pretty good so far. Okay, I just lightly go over with my finger just to make sure there's not a ton of paint on here, way too much. Okay, just let it sit for a few seconds. And then pull. In the water. Okay, now I'm going to do one over here. I also have the shimmer. I'm going to do some shimmer on top. I'm just trying to use up this one. It's actually working pretty good. Oops, I got a hair stuck on there. That happened. Waiting for the chain to stop moving so much. Just let it sit. If you get too much paint in here where you pull it, you can just soak it up with a little stick or paper towel or something. Scoop some of the paint up, because sometimes it, sometimes it gets, if there's too much paint on here, it gets way too much. Right here. Oh, that's kind of cool looking. Okay, how many more do I have left here? I didn't get enough on there. I think pretty much this is the last time I can Get paint on here. It's pretty much done. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna take any off this time. So I'm going to use half the chain, and I'll try to use the other half on this side over here. Might be able to get a little one over here. Oops. That. No more Whitehaven left. Shimmer. This paint's quite thick, so it's actually working pretty good. Okay. Okay, this is shimmer now. I'm going to let it drop in here. Actually, I don't need to get the end of it really. So I'm not going to put the whole thing in. Okay, just going to let the Alright, so I'm going to go over here. A good way to use up the last of your paints. Okay, maybe I'll go like this. Oh, you can see the shimmer, the green coming through. All right. Looking kind of cool. I might do just a little one up here and up here. Well, maybe not, because I still have to do the pink. It's almost gone. This one's almost gone too now. Okay, just another one on this side. Right, so that looks kind of interesting. I'm gonna have to turn the camera off. I'll come back. I have to clean some of my smaller chains off. Okay, I'm back. I cleaned off my chain. And now I'm not going to do the same thing here. I am just going to put it on, the paint on the end, like maybe this much, and I am just going to, well, you'll see. I'm just going to go in a straight line, and then I'm going to pull the chain back and forth like this as I go down. Something on there. Looks like there's old paint on here. You have to be really careful. You add the chain to the to your water right away, or once it dries on here, it's really hard to get off. Okay, so all right, so I'm going to begin. I've never done this part. Like, I've done chain pulls and left it like this. I've never done this, what I'm going to do now. This is something new to me, doing it this way. So, just dipping the chain in the paint. It's quite thick. So just going to drag it on the edge just to... Okay, so here goes nothing. Just going to try a little one down here to see if it works. So I'm just going to put my chain down straight, pretty much. And then I'm just going to go back and forth. Just like that. Might have been too much paint on that one there, but so what I'm going to do, I'm dragging my finger down the chain just to take off if I think there's too much on there. If I think there's too much on there, just lightly go over the chain, not hard. That's not like I thought. So I'm just going to go like this. Like that. Because if I do exactly like here on here with a pink, it's just going to be overpowering. It's going to be too much. So I'm just going to do little lines like this. I think I need less paint on the chain. I might go over this one here. I'm not quite happy with that one. I like them to look more like this. It's starting to look a little muddy down here. So I'm going to try and lift the chain up before I hit down there. I'll try one this way. Yeah, I did not like how that looked too solid looking, so what I just did, I just dragged the chain without paint on it over one side. Made it look a lot better. Yeah. Okay. I feel like I need something over here. This right here. I think I don't need any more at the top. I just might put one here and just maybe little tiny ones at the bottom here. And I'm not dragging through the bottom here anymore because it's getting too, the colors are mixing together too much, so I'll just leave that. I curved it a little bit just to give it that look of the chain gives. Okay. And little tiny ones down here. I don't think I need any more pink on there. Let's show you a close-up. Okay. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.